Alrighty, this is my 12-piece Walmart camp tool kit, and I said in one of my last videos with it that I was going to try to build a kit around it, and I think I've done so fairly satisfactory. First thing I'm going to say is I tried to acquire everything from local sources, Walmart, local gun shop, other places. And with the exception of a couple of items, I did. Some basics on the way I build a kit is determined by about 3 factors. What I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be going, and who I'm going to be doing it with. Alright, we've got the machete, the knife with the sharpening stone and the fire steel, the hatchet, paracord, the light, and the clips there. One thing I thought this kit really needed to add to it, one of the first things that came to mind was a compass. And this is a Lensatic compass. Found that it shows directions pretty well, and doesn't want to cooperate with one hand. And you can shoot a line with it and find a direction of travel. Second thing, in keeping with Walmart, I picked up an Ozark Trail multi-tool. It suffered on the knife blade the same deficiencies as I found in these other ones. It really needed a good edge put on it. That being said, I'm not carrying the multi-tool to have a backup edge or a backup blade. I'm carrying it to have a pair of pliers and a can opener and possibly some screwdrivers. I've always got a knife in my pocket. Almost always. 99% of the time. When my pants are on, it's in my pocket. I also have a lighter with me in my pocket, generally a small flashlight, and an appropriate firearm on me, depending on where I'm going to be going, what I'm going to be doing, who I'm going to be doing it with. Okay? So these 2 additions I thought would supplement the kit well. As we get into more stuff, we need something to carry it in. I picked up one of these little Ozark Trail backpacks. It's got dual pockets on the side for water bottles. And it's also inside there compatible with a hydration pack, Camelback. However, I'm going to go, for the sake of this, I'm going to go with the 2 water bottles on the outside of the pack and simply use that internal area in there for more storage. Okay, this is not the heaviest duty pack, but it's enough it would get you by for weekend trips. Something to throw in the truck. Some of this stuff is not my first choice for first line equipment, but it fit a budget, and it's stuff that I feel like I can work with for a short duration. This is going to be for weekend trips, short outings, overnight, 2 nights, stuff like that. It's not going to be my heavy duty kit. Some inexpensive items work just as well as the higher priced ones. Some of them work better, but some, for the most part, for the rule, you're going to get what you pay for. And I tried to keep the budget for this whole thing around 120 bucks. I actually would have loved to have brought it in for 100 or less, but we ended up going a little over budget. Got 2 of these water bottles. These are the clear plastic ones. I know you can't boil water in them. They're meant for storage. I have a cook set that I can boil and purify water on, and I'll get to that next. Very simple cooking kit. We have a little Stanley pot. It's got 2 small cups in it and a lid. And some people will say, well, those 2 little cups really aren't worth a damn and they need to be changed out with something different. Okay, there's going to be some things I may recommend that you upgrade to as soon as you reasonably can. This would get you by. I also have a cotton towel in there for pre-filtering water and a bunch of other uses. It sits in the nesting cup. These are both stainless steel, so you can cook with both of them. Pretty versatile little kit. And then 88 cents knife, fork, and spoon kit. So we have that covered now. Little Walmart propane stove. Yes, I can build fires. Yes, I can cook on a fire. But I also sometimes might want things to be a little easier. This is where this comes in. Screw it down. Turn it on. Light it. You can boil water. You can make coffee. Purify water. Or make a hot meal. Like a good friend of mine, Keith Matzinger, says, never underestimate the power of a hot meal. A lot of people get hung up on the Mountain House stuff. Well, I've got the breakfast skillet. We're talking about a lot of things. We may want stuff that we can cook with a minimum effort. So we've got some Vienna sausage, some granola bars, tuna fish, crackers, and peanut butter. And this little gallon bag, probably enough stuff to get me by for a couple of days. Toilet paper. Need I say more? This is small enough it fits in the kit. Okay, you're out on an excursion. Hey, sometimes you just gotta go. And if it becomes an emergency, you know, some of these small little creature comforts will go a long way. Disposable poncho. Cheap little rain poncho. Ran about $1. And worth it. You know, this is one of those things. Yes, I've got more expensive rain suits, but this will get the job done in short outings. I've got a fire steel. If I put great effort into it, yeah, I can sometimes get a fire going with it, but a disposable lighter makes things real easy, particularly when we're using the little propane stove. Much easier to do this and try to light a stick on fire, bring it over to the stove. So sometimes we want things to be a little easier. For the hell of it, because I don't think you can ever have too much, I threw in another 50 feet of paracord. The difference is that's orange. That's orange. That's green. This would be something that I would want to be able to be seen with. Excellent for shelter building. So my shelter kit, 5x7 backpacking tarp. And this is the first one of the items that I couldn't find locally, but I felt was worth ordering. We've got an emergency sleeping bag. Fits into a little plastic pouch. I ordered this off of Amazon. Comes with a carabiner and an emergency whistle. And hell, it is pretty loud. To round out the shelter kit, 4 plastic tent stakes. I know I can make my own if I have to. Again, sometimes we want convenience. We want to be able to get a shelter up quickly. That saves time. First aid kit. I've got 2 of them in here. Little first aid kit from Walmart. This is a boo-boo kit. Okay, this will take care of a lot of small things. On the back side, got a trauma kit. This has got the stuff for serious bleeding. Enough said with that. Like I said, the first aid kit I got from Walmart. The trauma kit I ordered off Amazon. Final piece of kit is a little magazine carrier that I found fit the flashlight that came with this kit pretty well. And I think I gave $20 for like 4 or 5 of these. Very inexpensive. Again, ordered off Amazon. I can use it to put my flashlight in, keep it on my belt. And that keeps it handy. Some things are going to be matters of personal preference. I can get by with this knife if I had to. But the first thing I would do is upgrade the knife. Good choice. Got the Mora Companion Sparky. It's got a fire steel built into the handle. Around a 4-inch blade. 4.5. And I kind of equated this to a bait knife or a fillet knife or a fishing knife when I first started looking at them. And when I got this one, I said, well, let's give it a try. Found out it's been a great all-around knife. The blade's a lot stouter than it looks. With the scandium grind, it can do a lot of the fine tasks like filleting and cleaning fish. And it's stout enough you can carve with it. You can skin larger game with it. You can skin small game with it. It's been a good little knife so far. I know some people aren't going to like this, that I would even recommend this. Sometimes the classic Buck 110 folder makes an excellent knife. Understand, because I'm saying upgrade the knife, and I would probably lose the machete as well and simply keep the hatchet and find myself a higher end cutting tool. I want to use my knife to do knife things. I will use the hatchet to do the heavier work. Or if it's an occasion where I do decide to bring the machete along, I've got that. So my knife is going to do knife things. But my first choice on a hard use knife is still that Buck 119 that's been with me 20 plus years. And it's skinned a lot of deer, it's skinned a lot of pigs, skinned a lot of turkeys, cleaned a lot of fish, and been my workhorse. And I know it's not going to meet everybody's specifications. Because, oh, God forbid, it really doesn't have a full tang blade. Well, let me explain this. If you have a knife that's been good to you for 20 plus years and stays sharp and does the knife things that you would expect it to do and does things that you would not reasonably put it through, you stay with it because it's good. It's proven itself. Another valid substitution, I think, that could be added or addition, small folding saw. Could you use it in lieu of a hatchet? Yeah, I prefer the hatchet. I think I can get more use out of it. Would I use it in lieu of the machete? Possibly. But depending on where you're going, what you're going to be doing, who you're going to be with, okay, this might be a good thing to have with you. Let me get some of this stuff kind of set to the side. Another worthy addition, and it's very simple. For the times where you are stopping to cook a hot meal, collapsible bowl, it's got a lid, and a fork and spoon combo here. So this might be a good addition to your kit. Even though this is basically going to be a backup kit to me, a budget kit, you know, am I going to work a little bit more and refine it down a little bit more and kind of get it the way I want it? Yeah, I probably am. Is it something I can work with on the short-term outings? Sure. I don't have anything in here that I wouldn't use. Particularly, this would be stuff I would use short-term, going out for a day, 2 days, 3 days, overnight excursion, 2 nights. Be a bag you could put in a truck or car. Okay, you're around $120 in the whole thing. Something happens to it, you're not out nearly as much as you could be on a more high-end bag with the more boutique type tools. So that's just some ideas I had on putting together kits. Like I said, this is a budget kit. Most everything came locally from Walmart specifically. And that's about all I've got for now. Later on.